BSN.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour. I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
And we are here to recap a different episode, something we've really never talked about on this podcast, which is Bachelor Pad, which came out before Bachelor in Paradise. And we're kind of doing this because we're getting ready for Bachelor in Paradise. But Bachelor Pad Season 3, Episode 1 was just released on Bachelor Nation's YouTube channel. So we watched it and we're going to recap that shit show right now.
If you are not familiar with Bachelor Pad, because it's been, 15 years since Bachelor Pad was a thing.
Yeah.
There was a couple seasons of it. It took place in the Bachelor Mansion, similar style to Paradise, where it was like co-ed guys and girls, but it was a mix of dating and a competition show. Yeah. So there's different pairs, there's competitions, like physical challenges that you have to win and compete for to get different advantages. And then the goal at the end was to both hopefully find a relationship, but even more so to win the cash prize, which was, I believe, $250,000 this season.
Correct. So one thing so obviously Bachelor Pad evolved into Bachelor in Paradise, which watching Bachelor Pad, the first thing that was kind of like, I didn't love was that they were in the mansion still. I like the aesthetic of like a beach in paradise.
Yeah, well, I love the mansion. I think it's so iconic, but I think what people forget is on the regular seasons of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, you only see so much of the mansion. It's really just like where the girls and guys are hanging out and sleeping and getting date cards, and then you're out and about. Like you're on dates with the lead, and then after week 4, you're traveling. So like it's not, as much as it's an iconic symbol, it's really just like a big part of night 1. And then after that, you're not seeing that much of it. Seeing a whole season in the mansion, I think that a setting like a beach in paradise, like Cabo, Costa Rica, is a way better fit for like a full-time show.
I agree.
The flow of the house, it's also like, it's a little dark. Like it's got like that like Spanish influence to it.
Yeah,
it's
just a little like, it's a little small.
Yeah, it's too,
and it's not small, obviously, for like a family to live there, but it's like small.
No, but to have like a cast of 30 people filming there 24/7, I would actually be curious to know if they were like having challenges with that a little bit.
I mean, I'm sure.
I'm
sure. So the first thing we're kind of introduced to is you get the cast they're all coming back, and you have people like who we know, like Chris Bukowski is kind of the only one that we personally know.
Yeah, Chris Bukowski, who's been on like the most Bachelor shows ever.
Yeah.
You're probably familiar with him. He was on Paradise a few times. He came from Emily Maynard's season, and he's now with Anna Redman.
Yeah.
But everyone else I was not as familiar with. I mean, we know Chris personally. I don't know any of the other cast members, but all from seasons, just to give you a little context, Deanna, Jillian Harris, Ashley, and Emily Maynard seasons of The Bachelorette, and then Ben, Flanagan, Brad, and Lorenzo's seasons of The Bachelor is what we're pulling from. So we're going like very old school, but like kind of like the height of Bachelor still.
Yeah, I would say the people
like
that
big
were
seasons.
I would assume that the people that were on this season were the fan favorites of their season of The Bachelor, Bachelorette.
Definitely. I mean, like, Ed was engaged to Jillian Harris and it didn't work out, and he's like a main character in this first episode. And he's
clearly good for TV because the guy's just getting wasted running around naked.
Yeah.
We don't get to see that stuff anymore.
Totally. And then we have Kaylin, who was on Emily Maynard's season. He was kind of the villain. He called her daughter baggage. And he's like standing 10 toes down on that comment.
Like that's the thing about like now everyone is so media trained and social media trained that you will never see that.
Yeah.
But like it's a reminder of how like funny and raw reality TV was and could be, because people were just fucking talking crazy shit.
Oh yeah. Like even this first episode, I could believe what they were saying, but I couldn't believe they were saying it on Bachelor Pad, a show that has like millions of viewers.
The attacks on like people's just looks. It was just
constant, just
wild.
their physical appearance coming for one another. And I mean, you know, they're referencing, like, you guys have to remember that are listening, like, they're referencing the tabloids. Like, that was where things were happening. There was no social media. So it's like, nowadays, you say something on the show that people don't like, you're getting attacked in your DMs. They have this direct access to you. They're picking apart your character. They're picking apart everything that you have said, whether they like it or don't like it. There was no direct access unless you, like, ran into these people on the street.
Yeah.
So, like, you have these people that are villains, you know, like Blakely talks about, like, how she wasn't very liked. Like, Kaylin, he's like, yeah, like, I called her daughter baggage, and, like, I'm standing 10 toes down on what I said, and, like, I'm down to be controversial and not liked, because, like, it was just way less of a risk back then. I really think, like, social media has elevated and, like, decreased the entertainment of reality television. Like, watching this, I was like, wow, like, you would just, like, Serafina called Zoe's dress super short, and, like, we all were up in arms. The stuff people are saying about each other on this show doesn't even come close to that. Like, it is way more below the belt.
But this is the shit talking that contestants get in their DMs from people that watch the show. They will get this kind of shit said to them.
Yeah, but it's different from, like, you know, someone in the house versus, like, hundreds of strangers who are, like, taking it way too far.
Yeah, I just think it's funny because, like, yeah, like that comment from Serafina, and I was like, how could you say that? It's like, fucking a ton of people watching this at home were saying shit like that.
Oh yeah, people are saying it on the comfort of their couch, but then we've got this Bachelor podcast being like, you're ugly and I hate you and you're stupid and your dress is hideous. How could she wear that? It's disgusting.
Like,
and
Jacqueline walked
she's
up,
ugly, and, like, just, like, direct comments on, like, these people. It's crazy.
Jacqueline walked up to
Blakely. Blakely.
David. Jacqueline walked up to David by the pool. It was like, you're gonna vote me out? I just want to let you know you're a loser and you're ugly. It's like, whoa.
It's so crazy, and I love it.
Then the second thing they introduced to us is they are bringing fans of Bachelor onto Bachelor Pad to compete, which is interesting. Also, the show has to remind us a million times that, like, the fans love watching The Bachelor and that they're on The Bachelor. It's like, I don't know why the show feels the need to plug their own show during their show on a consistent fucking basis. Everybody is on watching The Bachelor. You don't have to remind us that there's fans of the fucking show. But anyway.
And they call them the fans. Like, that, like, we're not saying that. Like, they call them the fans. They call themselves, like, we are the fans. Like, it's like the contestants and then the fans, even though the fans are competing. But it's kind of funny because they've cast people that are obviously, like, good looking, like, they look like they could be on the show, but they're casting people that they know, specifically these girls, that are gonna, like, not keep their cool. Like, they're not gonna come in and, like, act like they've been here before. Like, they're coming in and they're, like, fanning out over Chris Harrison. They're asking for selfies. Like, they are not acting like, oh, we're all here as contestants, like, we're all here together. Like, they're coming in being like, oh my God, this is my dream. I can't believe I'm here. Like, it's a very distinct line between, like, who the fans and who the contestants are.
Definitely. But I also think that was pushed.
Oh, like, yeah, I'm sure it was encouraged. Like, this is so exciting. Like, you know, we want to see that. You're a fan of this show. Yeah. Like, don't be afraid to, like, show that. Whereas, like, if a girl on night one did that, like, you're gone. You're going home immediately. If you walk up to The Bachelor and you, like, start fanning out. Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting element to bring fans on. And it's pretty much an immediate, like, okay, there are people from the show, the contestants from prior seasons, and then there's the fans, and we are going to X out the fans. Like, immediately you're on, like, I think it's like Chris Bukowski's like, you're on our show.
Yeah, like, it's us against them. Yeah. This girl Rachel is like, enough, I don't want them here. And I mean, they've made it so, like, there's way more, like, there's triple the amount of contestants than there are fans. There's only 5 of the fans. So, like, they've made it very easy. If the contestants want to pick them off, they can. And I think it was Rachel who said, like, you didn't get your heart broken on national television. Like, you didn't have to go through what we had to go through to be here. Like, almost the sense of, like, there's an initiation process that you got to skip, and, like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
You're ready to make an impact. we're ready to help. Introducing
correctly.
I am talking with my boyfriend.
Introducing the K Factor, the podcast that takes you straight into the heart of K-pop. We're talking music reviews, exclusive interviews. You never know where we might be.
Series, Dancing for the Devil.
You have that freedom because you've never had that freedom.
Listen to Forgive.
6. Wonderful keeps them safe.
About people falling in love. I want to watch a show about people falling in love. The hybrid of both of those, as of now, just watching episode 1 is like a little confusing because I'm like still like, what are we? About people falling in love. I want to watch a show about. My like issue with it, if I were to say I had
Flash sale now at wonderfold.com.
Yeah, very funny. I guess like my like issue with it, if I were to say I had an issue, is I kind of like, if I want to watch a competition show, I want to watch a competition show. And if I want to watch a show about people falling in love, I want to watch a show about people falling in love. The hybrid of both of those, as of now, just watching episode 1 is like a little confusing because I'm like still like, what are we? Is the question. Like, what is this? Yeah, what am I watching?
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard. Like, I don't even know. I yet to know, like, how do you even win the 200? Like, I get that there's competitions.
Well, like, for those listening, the structure from episode 1 that's presented is you pair up, you just pick your partner. Like, it doesn't even have to be on, like, if you're interested in them romantically, you pick a partner. I think it's, girls and guys, obviously. And then there's this competition that happens where they have like these hanging big hearts. So we're like still on the theme of love. And you and your partner have to fit into the heart and they like tilt them and make it difficult for you to stay in it. And the person that stays in it the longest wins and you're safe from elimination. So very like traditional competition structure, like similar to like a Survivor, a Big Brother. I think that they needed to, I don't know. I think they're having like in episode 1, like it's hard to dictate, like, is this like the challenge where like it's a competition show, but like you also know that people are going to end up hooking up and getting together just like naturally by having, a bunch of heterosexual men and women in a house together.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah. So like it's not.
Like I would say it's competition show first, dating show second.
Yeah.
But they're filtering in this kind of like dating theme by making like the guys and girls partner up and pick their partner and doing like the love themed competition.
Yeah, but we're not showcasing on this show. I don't believe that they're going to be focusing or showcasing a love story. If anything, they want to see like people hooking up.
Yeah.
And arguments from that, I'm assuming from like we're already seeing it with Chris Bukowski and his partner, and he's talking to another girl and his partner is upset.
Yeah. Chris Bukowski ends up with Blakely as a partner. Yeah. And then like that night, like very soon after, he is chatting with this girl, Jamie. They're making out. Blakely's pissed. Like, we're in an immediate love triangle.
Yeah, and it's like, why is Blakely pissed? Well, she's saying she's pissed because she wants to win the money, but I would assume she's pissed because maybe she thought
her and Chris were going to get together.
Be a thing, but like, that's the thing. You can't like some of it. Like, you can't really tell, at least from episode 1, and I think that's my gripe.
Your gripe with it?
Yeah.
Well, I think like let's say so we look at like the challenge, which is a competition reality show that has like a lot of romantic side plots. And then we look at something like Love Island, which is a romantic dating reality show with competition side plots. And I think that Bachelor Pad in this first episode hasn't exactly figured out which one it is yet. Like, what is the focus, the competition or the dating?
Yeah. Or maybe there is, because there was seasons prior to this. So maybe like people do know, we just don't.
Probably just, we're just dummies.
Yeah.
But also we should add that, these 2 fans who've partnered up, David, and then there's twins on this who are acting as one person, which I just can't with twins.
And everyone in the house seems to be really annoyed by the twins.
They don't like the twins, Erica and Brittany.
Which makes sense because watching episode 1, they come across a little like...
Well, they're already at a disadvantage because they're fans, not contestants. And then they're saying like, hey, we're one person. Like, no, you're not. You're 2 adult grown women. Like,
well, but that's also they're being counted.
well, yeah,
in the
it's the show. They've been
competition,
cast as one person, but yeah, they're not coming across great. David, Erica, and Brittany win that first competition, and their reward, other than being safe, is they get to go on a date.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're partnered with someone and it's starting to turn into a romance, it's like that additional incentive, like, oh, we'd love to win because we want to be safe, but also then we get to leave the house and go on a date together.
So what's going to happen when you and your partner win, but you're hooking up with somebody else, and then you go on a romantic date with your partner?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
kind of like another element to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you just keep it friendly and you just talk game strategy instead of getting romantic. But yeah, no, there's definitely like a lot of potential jealousy that could occur here. I mean, we're already seeing it with Chris and Blakely.
Did you find anyone, or did you see anyone on this first episode that like you were rooting for? Because that was one thing also that I kind of noticed is,
yeah,
I would say The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and even Bachelor in Paradise, they kind of like showcase like a hero on episode 1, or somebody that like the fans are gonna like.
Well, they're telling you, like, they're giving you clues of like, these are the 1 or 2 people that are safe. Like, you can like them. Like, they're good. And then, you know, you've got like the chaotic evil of like, these are maybe the villains, but maybe we like them a little bit. Like, we've got the Kaylin of it all, who's like kind of a little out of the control, but like he's entertaining. Or Erica Rose. Like, Erica Rose and Kaylin are in this feud because Erica Rose went to the tabloids about Kaylin and like spoke badly about him. And
they're both great. Like they're both
great.
immediately
You
great
need them.
TV. Like, you cannot kick one of those 2 people out for a
No,
fan.
Erica Rose almost got sent home, and it was like, no, you cannot lose her. She's doing so much. She's so entertaining.
I would say Michael got the edit of like,
Michael Stagliano.
Yeah, of like, everyone's gonna like this guy.
Well, and he's
the
had
voice
been
of the
on
people.
Bachelor Pad before. He's the only like returner.
And
He won it.
He won.
So he's kind of like, you're following him through episode 1 as like, okay, he knows what he's doing. He's done this before. And also like, everyone seems to really like him.
Yeah.
So they should kick him off.
How do we feel
away.
about, okay, so something we got to talk about, like Chris Harrison comes in and, you know, he talks to everyone in the room, and like this guy, Ed from Chicago, can't even sit and listen. He's so fucked up. He's jumping in and out of the pool.
Yeah, he's in like little white tidy whities.
Yeah. Which, like, there's a girl like, we don't care how big your dick is. Like,
Put some pants on and sober up.
That
That was funny. I think that was Jamie.
That was a wild time for reality TV. I forget, like I was like, all right, like I feel socially awkward. This is intense and intimidating. I need a drink to, you know,
Calm down.
yeah, get rid of the edge. But like, I'm probably gonna like, and then everyone's gonna be kind of doing the same thing.
Well, that's what it is. It's everyone. I mean, Ed's gone above and beyond. Like, everyone is clearly in their interviews by the end of the night, like, they're drunk.
They're
like
wasted.
They are doing interviews absolutely drunk. They are sloppy. They're slurring their words. But Ed is like on another level. Like, he's so hammered. He's literally out in the pool. Well, Chris Harrison's like, man, we're trying to film a scene. Like, I'm trying to explain to you literally what show you're on. And like, he's just not even there. I don't know. It's just a different time. But I also think like social media plays a role into it too. I don't know if you would see as many people, because like, look, it's all young, attractive, single people that are like, I've got an open bar and a gorgeous mansion. I'm just here to have a good time. Like, I'm young and I'm just like looking to party.
Yeah.
I think social media makes people like just more conscious. I don't know if we'd see as many people getting as drunk as we used to.
Well, it also has to do with like the show, right? Like, it's kind of been proven over the history of The Bachelor with social media that the contestants that do well after the show, and what I mean by do well is like, you know, get a lot of like love and grow a social media following. Those people are characterized on the show as very nice, either heartbroken or end up in love.
Yeah.
Anyone that's like going on the show like for a good time to get fucked up, which is what all these people are doing.
Yeah, and like shamelessly.
Yeah, like, and that's like the biggest difference.
Yeah,
and it's kind of fun. Like it's like refreshing after watching so many seasons of kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Well, it's also like as viewers, we watch reality because it's not that serious. You know, it's fun. And I mean, I think Bachelor and Bachelorette definitely have more of a serious tone to them, and that's to be expected. But like Paradise, I feel like there's been a bit of a struggle of it's like Paradise is not that serious. Like, yeah, you want to find love, you want to find a relationship, but it's meant to be this like fun, young, beachy show. And I think that we've kind of lost that tone of like, guys, like, stop taking yourself so serious. Like, this is meant to be fun. And it like translates as a viewer watching Paradise versus watching Bachelor Pad. Like Bachelor Pad, they're like, yeah, it is meant to be fun. Like, we're literally just here to have a good time.
Yeah. And it was also a different time. Like I would say drinking culture was totally like that. This was still a time where you would go to bars in Chicago and be able to smoke cigarettes in there.
What's crazy too is like nowadays, obviously it's no secret, like a lot of people from the show have other opportunities, become influencers, become entrepreneurs. These are people that had like full corporate jobs that were going to act this way on national television, like just hammered, swimming in the pool, getting yelled at by Chris Harrison, and then go back to work.
Yeah.
Like that is a whole other thing I didn't even think about.
I would say there was a lot of people that probably
fired,
weren't able to go back to work after this.
Definitely.
Like Ed was a Chicago fireman, so he was probably like celebrated. Like you had like go like.
I guess it depends on like what jobs you had too.
For sure,
yeah.
But if you're in like banking and like finance, like you're getting fired.
Yeah.
You're not going back to that. If you're in, cosmetic surgery or. You're doing that, I think you're fine.
I like your examples.
Yeah. Firemen and cosmetics, like you're good. I don't think anyone's going to fire you for that.
I found out I was related to the guy that I was dating.
Kinds of calls we get.
And I'm bringing it's a whole world
To the hidden truths behind Melanie Lee interview, which offers new perspectives on her time.
Was found abandoned in a ditch out in Sleep Hole Valley. But to this day,
employers want Hamlin University
because he won the competition is aggressively trying against the fans. So getting back into the competition element, they are essentially going to be voting each other out is the structure.
Yes.
So this is now based on like the contestants against the fans. They're kind of like, hey, we have more of a right to be here than you guys. Coming in as a fan, like you just have an easy target on your back. Let's pick them off. But then we've also got David, who is one of the fans who's safe because he won the competition, is aggressively trying to vote out Erica Rose. I'm not really sure why. Was there like a specific reason?
Well, I think so if you win the competition, if you're on the team that wins the competition, you are safe.
Yes.
If you're out first, you automatically have a vote against you. So I think he saw that and instantly ran his mouth, which on any competition show at the beginning of the show, you need to be under the radar, especially if you're coming in as an outcast.
Yeah. Well, because so Erica Rose and her partner Nick were the first out of the competition. So they automatically had a vote against them. And I think that's where David was like, well, let's just vote them out. They already have a vote against them. The thing is, it didn't work as much as, we had David petitioning for it. And then we had Reed and Kaylin just straight up lying to Erica Rose's face and scheming behind her back, being like, we're sending her home.
Yeah.
So now, unfortunately, Erica Rose is still in the house and she hates David. Now she's coming for him next week, which is the fun of a competition show.
Yeah, I also feel like there was, there had to be an element amongst producers and even castmates of like, we still want like to make good television, and Erica Rose right now is our Top Gun. Like she is the TV maker out of this group.
Yeah, especially the girls. They have a lot more low key girls.
Yeah, she can not go home.
Yeah, well, it's also like we don't really think this way that much on our show, but like I'm assuming at this time it was like if Erica Rose goes home, we have to start doing shit and we have to step it up and we have to start making TV. Why wouldn't we keep her around when she's doing so much?
But I do think a lot of these people, I think it's pretty easy for them to make TV because A, they're drunk, and B, everyone really like doesn't seem to care that much, which is great.
Yeah.
I do really like the element. The one thing I do like is I enjoy watching like the scheming and like, okay, we got this person's vote, this person's vote. We see Reed and
Kaylin.
No, her name wasn't Reed and Paige trying to figure out like to keep her on the show.
Yes, because they were partners for the challenge. And honestly, Paige is a fan. She ended up going home, and Chris was the other fan. He ended up going home. But Paige was really nice, and I thought it was sweet that Reed was like, hey, I like her. We were in this challenge together. Like, I'm going to fight for her to stay.
Well, that's the part that I love, because now what you're going to get is you're going to get people falling for each other. And then you're going to get somebody that may have fallen for you who's jealous of the situation, and they're going to vote that person. So now the stakes are even higher, because not only do you want to win the money, you also want your connection to stay. And then when people start like fucking with you that way.
Well, for example, we've got the love triangle with Chris, Blakely, and Jamie going on.
Yeah.
Blakely, if I'm her, I'm gunning for Jamie now, because not only is Blakely like, you're distracting my partner, it seems like she kind of has a crush on Chris and is like, well, maybe if I get Jamie out of the way, I can shoot my shot here.
Do you think they should do like, should you have to go home as a team? Like, I kind of think.
Well, I'm wondering if the partners switch up.
Oh, maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm wondering if they want the partners to switch up. Because if you go home as a team, then it's never going to change. Where I think the hope is probably like, there's an opportunity for like, oh, I'm with this person, but I'm crushing on this person. So like, I'm going to ditch them because they're pissing me off and go like team up with them.
There's a lot of moving pieces.
There's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of potential messiness, which I think is good.
Yeah, I would like
we need to watch like another episode or two, I feel like, to like really get locked in on the format.
Yeah, or give me at the beginning of the show, give me like a grid or like a bracket system of how this tournament works. Like, give me I want that in all competition shows. Like
maybe not on the show, but like, yeah, like on their website, there needs to be like a rules tab.
Yeah.
So you guys can just go and be like, okay, like what, but then at the same time, you know that there's going to be like twists and turns and things that they throw at them.
That's fine. But if the first time I ever play Monopoly, I need to read the rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I'm watching people play Monopoly, which would be boring, but if I decided that I want to sit there for my entertainment and watch people play Monopoly, I still need to know the rules of the game. It's going to be interesting for like comparing this now to what we are about to watch with Bachelor in Paradise.
Well, our like theory is it's not a coincidence that Bachelor is releasing this episode and highlighting Bachelor Pad on the, you know, we said you can watch this episode of Bachelor Pad on the Bachelor Nation YouTube, which we encourage you to do. It was a fun watch. I don't know if it's like timing is a coincidence that they're releasing this and they're encouraging people to watch it kind of a month or two before Paradise comes out. I'm wondering if they're going to be bringing some of these elements back. Because like my question is like, why now? Like, why are we circling back to Bachelor Pad now?
Yeah, I mean, I think we are. I think that's exactly what's happening. I think we're right. Who watching this episode 1? Do you have your favorites? Like, who is your favorite?
Well, it's kind of, I mean, like taking Chris out of it because obviously we know him personally, so we're a little biased there. I mean, I like Kaylin and I like Erica Rose. I just think they're both like very chaotic. They're gonna stir things up. They're like, you know, people that you like love to hate to love. I
also like Reed because he's not scared to get it done. Like he's going out there. He's making moves.
He's confident. Yeah, he's making moves. I like Reed too. He's showing confidence. He's making moves, which is exactly what you just said, and I'm just repeating it, but I agree with you. I did like that girl Paige, who was the fan. Yeah,
she was sweet, and they made her look really nice. It was I thought she was actually going to make it, but
I like this Jacqueline Blakely dynamic. I think that's fun. I like Ed as much as he's kind of a mess. Ed's someone that like he'll either get it together and you'll end up being like, this guy's fun and I like him, or he won't and you'll be like, okay, it's time for him to go home.
Well, I'm assuming Ed was the biggest fan favorite on the show.
Well, he ended up with Jillian
Well,
Harris.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I don't think he was a fan favorite because I believe in his package he said that there was a bunch of rumors that he was caught out with like other girls.
Oh,
like,
that's what he said. He's like, there was cheating rumors.
Yeah.
Which, like, not denying that. Did you hear it? Like,
no, I missed that.
At the beginning.
I mean, I heard the the cheating rumors and stuff. I didn't hear him say that.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Not denying that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, at the beginning he's like, yeah, I know a lot of you read the tabloids, and the tabloids when just the word tabloid just sounds so old.
I know, but you know what's crazy is like it wasn't that long ago. Like it really wasn't. Like 15, 20 years ago, like think about how much things have evolved in such a short period of time when it comes to like media, entertainment, news.
You want to know what's
wild.
You want to know what's even crazier is when this show came out. I don't know what year it was, but there is a really good chance that the iPhone wasn't out yet. Like, or it might have been like early stages. It might have been like iPhone 1.
You might be right. Let's see what year this came out. Bachelor Pad Season 3. 2010. Okay. What year was the iPhone released? 2007. Okay, so the iPhone was out, but yeah, still early.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. But entertaining episode overall. I enjoyed it. Would you watch episode 2?
Yeah, I would watch episode 2. More so because I feel like they like do a good job of like lighting a few fires in episode 1. You kind of have a general idea of the plot, the competition, but also there's like room to learn more. Like you leave with questions and curiosity. I feel like it was good. I feel like Bachelor Pad was maybe like ahead of its time. Like I feel like if they'd stuck with it and maybe just like pivoted a few things.
I'm actually watching it. I'm actually surprised that they ever made the change from Bachelor Pad
to Paradise.
Well,
I could see them changing locations. Obviously, like we talked about in the beginning. I don't know if the mansion is like a fit for this style, but I am surprised that they cut the competition element format. And I feel like Bachelor universe is based on finding love, right? Like that's the core value, and I can understand maybe why they wanted to circle back to that. But we've always said like there's so much opportunity for like spin-off shows within the franchise with alumni, with potential competition shows. And I feel like Bachelor Pad, like there's a place for that.
Yeah.
Still to this day.
Yeah. Well, but I also think like Bachelor in Paradise was a way for the franchise to gain successful couples.
Right.
To have successful numbers. Because I think.
Well, and I guess that's what it went back to is like this franchise is based off having successful, long-lasting love stories.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to get that from Bachelor Pad. Like they needed a Paradise, which honestly has produced so many couples. So if that was their goal, like they've achieved it.
Definitely.
But then maybe we have like another show that's a competition show with people that have like are already in relationships.
Well, I said that. I've pitched that before where you do a couples competition show.
Yeah.
But, no one listens to me. Not that I know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I think that's basically it. I'm assuming Bachelor Nation is going to release the entire season on YouTube. So check that out. We will be watching. And make sure you stay tuned to Bachelor Happy Hour because we have new episodes, new recaps every week.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.